Switching gears for now, U.S. President Donald Trump is driving a wedge through NATO on Ukraine, on Russia, on India, and on China. And if it wasn't obvious before, his latest statement shows that the U.S. and Europe are moving in opposite directions. And the entire unity of the Western alliance is now under strain. This week, the U.S. president told European leaders that they must stop buying Russian oil, accusing them of financing Moscow's war against Ukraine, and demanded that they place economic pressure on China, which he claims is bankrolling Russia. Donald Trump made the comments during a call with the Coalition of the Willing that was convened by the French President Emmanuel Macron to discuss security guarantees for Kyiv, as the war in Ukraine is in its fourth year now. But instead of reinforcing Europe's efforts, Trump took an aim at them. Even so, Trump seized the chance to accuse Europe of hypocrisy while avoiding new sanctions on Moscow and Beijing himself. And the contradictions continue to run deeper. Trump has imposed sweeping tariffs on dozens of countries like India while sparing the Kremlin. He has escalated a trade war with allies, but not with Russia. At the same time, Trump insists this is not America's war, pressing Europeans to bear the burden of Ukraine's defense. According to reports, in fact, following the call with Trump on Thursday, the French president said 26 countries have promised to contribute to a potential peacekeeping force if a ceasefire deal is finalized, though U.S. support for security guarantees is being seen as central to lending the Europeans' actions credibility. Macron acknowledged as much on Thursday, saying that alongside strengthening Ukraine's armed forces and deploying European troops to Ukraine, the third component of Ukraine's security guarantees ought to be an American safety net. But Trump refuses to commit. Instead, he has used the issue of Russian oil purchases to question Europe's resolve, while conveniently sidestepping his own reluctance in a way to deal with Russia directly. Just last month, Trump had pledged to participate in post-war security guarantees for Ukraine after hosting Zelensky and 7 European leaders at the White House. Then, top Trump administration officials like the Secretary of State argued that Europe should take the lead. The U.S. has reportedly indicated to allies it is open to playing a role, albeit a limited one, as far as providing security guarantees to Ukraine is concerned. But Trump, like his predecessor Joe Biden, has ruled out putting American boots on the ground. The outcome seems to be clear. While Europe is moving towards deeper military commitments, Washington under Trump is pulling back. It is lecturing allies and the world, but offering little of its own, it seems. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who was also on the call on Thursday, has urged greater pressure on Russia and on all countries trading with Russia. He has stressed Ukraine's need for stronger air defenses and warned against Putin's suggestion of talks in Moscow. For Trump, it's a balancing act. Publicly, he threatens Putin with severe consequences, but privately, he fears undermining negotiations, it seems. He scores Europe for energy ties while shielding Russia from direct tariffs. He calls on allies to squeeze China, yet refuses to take that step himself.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.